Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Erickson TV. Curtis here with Lauren. Hello Lauren.
Hey Curtis, hey everybody.
So Lauren, so this was an interesting poll done in a recent USA Today newspaper. It was, the source was Springleaf Financial Survey of 1,009 adults, which I don't know how they came up with that number, but anyway. So the question was, whom do you trust most for financial advice?
Oh no.
So I'm gonna start with the highest number, and then we'll work our way to the lowest number.
Okay. All right.
So number one for the percentage was actually, this to me was a surprisingly low number. 31%. Number one answer was myself.
Okay.
So 31%.
Right.
Number one was I trust myself for financial advice.
Okay.
The next two were a tie.
So leaving out yourself.
Right.
Okay.
So the next two are a tie. This is 20% respondents. 20% were parents, which was interesting. And then the next tie for 20% was financial advisor.
Okay, parents and financial advisor.
Okay.
All right.
15% were other, which I don't know what others mean. And then 14%, the lowest number, was spouse.
Oh, I knew it.
So what's your takeaway about that?
Oh, that's unfortunate, but I think that's probably about how it goes.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit worried about self and other running away with the.
Right. Well, the problem with the spouse is, well, I think here's my real life perspective. A lot of times when we have spouses or a couple come in for financial advice, I do sense often either disagreement or mistrust.
Yeah.
Is one issue, and then number two is I also find, which is probably more troubling, one of the spouses is more dominant. So one of the spouses is making most of the decisions and leaving the other spouse out of it.
Yeah. I definitely would say that too. I think that quite often you have an arrangement, and I've talked about this before, it can work for a long time. You have an arrangement where one person essentially handles the finances and the other person either doesn't care or doesn't know, or just, so that works for a while.
Right.
But not forever.
Yeah, and I think at one point, the problem is if the dominant spouse is making all the decisions, then either passes away or leaves the relationship. That's when it becomes a problem. So I would suggest the takeaway from this is if you're going to trust somebody, I guess it's probably good to trust somebody to get financial advice. And if you're going to, let's say, self-survey and use a financial advisor, at least make sure the financial advisor is using a fiduciary oath and being objective.
Yes,
right,
exactly.
And if you do have a spouse and you're in the situation where you are perhaps not agreeing about everything, perhaps that's a great use of a financial advisor to use as a sounding board.
Yes, that's exactly right.
All right. Well, thank you for watching this Erickson TV, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.
See you next time.